Grüezi zusammen. Welcome to a new video. Okay, I know I can't imitate Leviathan that good. And I know that I'm pretty bad in keeping my promises. Here is finally the video. I won't try to excuse why I delayed it so much. So in this video, I'm going to explain why KV-44 and Leviathan actually aren't that different, who would probably also be a good villain, and what that famous sentence from Spider-Man has to do with all that.
Can beat him up. Doesn't give you the right to. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
Are you afraid that I'm gonna turn into some kind of criminal? Quit worrying about me.
However, let's just start with the video, before all the TikTok hits click away. So to prevent that video to be a big commentary mess, I will again divide it in different chapters. So in the first chapter we are going to look at his past, so who Leviathan really is and through what he has to go through, pointing out the crimes or the things that led to his evil or bad reputation, so why people think he is the main villain, as you can see on my opinion pool. Then in the third chapter I will list some reasons why sometimes Leviathan seems to be a more complex character than we think. I mean scenes which make him look like a bit more human. And then we try to think about who else could be the villain if Leviathan isn't the villain. And at the end we come to an interesting conclusion. So let's begin with the video. So who is Leviathan? To be honest, even I don't really know. We know that he's originally born as a demon. We don't know if he has parents, but I would guess he has parents. He has or had a wife and a son, so he has already lost two important family members. So at the very beginning of his life, it seems that his might, the big power that gives powers to random people, gave him all these powers, even though we have already seen that other demons also have his magic, like Mephistopheles. But it's also possible that the magic from his might, which was given to Leviathan, makes it possible for other demons to have the same power. So maybe if Leviathan wouldn't have that power, others like Casiel or Mephistopheles also wouldn't have magic. So when eventually he came to Earth to help the Germans to bring peace over this world or all worlds. So maybe you are already asking, why does Leviathan cooperate with the Germans instead of the Russians or Americans? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So yes, as today all the big countries want power and influence on the world, but at the time of the Second World War, Germans and the Japanese were striving for hegemony. Do you say hegemony? You know what I mean, conquering the whole world to bring peace and order. So something that many empires wanted in the past, like the Roman Empire or the Mongol Empire. I don't want to play down the horrible crimes of the Germans, but I just want to say that this ideology was already present in humanity's history before the Germans. So why do so many think Leviathan is the villain? So obviously the first reason, he cooperates with the Germans, which, you know, killed off millions of Jews and in general a lot of innocent civilians for no reason. You could also use the argument that he was torturing KV-6. I mean, on the one hand you can say in a war, like, you're torturing people all the time to get informations, but you also could see that Leviathan had a little too much fun to break KV-6 his will. Other more evil characteristics are that sometimes Leviathan doesn't really care about his minions. Sometimes if someone doesn't want to listen, he threatens the henchman to stroke him. And also it seems like that he doesn't care that much if someone dies. So yeah, pretty bad stuff, right? So all the points that I have listed are like common characteristics of a villain. But there are also some episodes or scenes where Leviathan appears more human and empathiful. Is that even a word? I don't know. So at first, Leviathan isn't just a monster all the time. There were some times, for example, that one Russian tank, I'm a bit lazy to look up his name, KV-54 or Waffentrager, he gave all them a second chance. He explained them his ways and gave them a second choice, I would say. So he didn't kill all of them directly off. Also, should I pronounce names of German tanks with a really German accent, like instead of Waffenträger, I would say Waffenträger or ratte, Maus, Tiger, Blitzkrieg, Siegfriedlinie, Rindergrenzordnungs, Fleischetikettierungsüberwachungsaufgaben, Übertragungsgesetz. Füße. I also want to mention that I'm Swiss German, so mein Akzent könnte noch viel schlimmer sein, aber ich erspare euch das jetzt mal. Füße. Okay, sorry, I lost a bit track. So secondly, of course, losing his son and then his wife or girlfriend, I don't know if they were married, makes him really emotional. Like there are many scenes where you see a more weaker side of him, or even some tears coming out of his eyes. And also at last that famous scene where he and Vostok exchange some words. There he again tries to explain his ways or why he thinks like he thinks to Vostok. That's like the same thing as the Germans would tell him. So what can we get out of that? We can see that Leviathan isn't just a monster without emotions. He has his principles, he's willing to sacrifice people, his henchmen, to bring peace over the world. Like he said in one episode, he just wants peace so that he can live with his family forever. He doesn't really seek for power. So is he the villain? Yes, no. It's not that clear. But I think there are other characters that have much villain potential. Do you know who could it be? His might. So others in the commentary section also argued that his might is probably the main villain, or the villain that will end the whole series. It's a bit complicated because his might, we don't really know his motives. Like on Homer's channel there is that techno demon thing who wants to conquer everything, and even though we don't really know his imagination of the future, his might, he isn't doing much. He's a bit giving away his powers to random tanks, which is maybe not evil but just irresponsible. That's like the equivalent of someone in the Pentagon that gathers all the blueprints of all the tanks, planes, battleships that we have, travels back in time and gives Julius Caesar all these blueprints and says, so here do you have it, make what you want. Like, that would be so irresponsible. The damage that you would make by giving some ancient people knowledge that they aren't supposed to have just brings everything into chaos. I really don't want to take away the responsibility from Leviathan, because he is also the one to choose what to do with these powers, but also his might can be a reason why Leviathan went that dark and cruel path. So now the question is, so if we would erase Leviathan from the Gerand universe and let's say his might would give the powers to KV6, would then be peace over the world? I don't think so, really, especially that we know that that after the Second World War the Cold War begins with the two other ideologies really hate each other. I'm talking about USA and the Soviets. So Leviathan is kinda the result of a broken system. His might just gave the powers that literally can change a world, and Leviathan kinda chose to use it for a good willing reason. It also kinda reminds me of that one dialogue between KV-44 and Leviathan, where KV-44 says that his program or his code says that he has to kill Leviathan. Leviathan also has kinda a code. His mission is to bring peace over the world no matter what cost. So both do what they think is the right thing. And this leads us to that famous scene from Spider-Man.
Can beat him up. Doesn't give you the right to. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
Are you afraid that I'm gonna turn into some kind of criminal? Quit worrying about me.
With great power comes great responsibilities. So you can say Leviathan got that powers and he wants really to use them, not mainly for himself but for the sake of the whole universe. Okay, I stopped glazing. So the conclusion is everyone could be the villain with his powers, so the powers are the main villain, so his might is the villain. Nah, it isn't that easy, because even though Leviathan's actions could be justified in his mind, but his actions are still evil. Like he's manipulating people, he's killing off innocent people. Also sometimes he smiles while doing that. And don't forget what he did to the fallen angels. So yeah, you could say that angels or fallen angels just wanted to intervene in Leviathan's plan, and in Leviathan his thinking he has to kill off everyone that wants to prevent the peace he wants to bring. But still, a lot of things that he does aren't just ethically correct. So at the end of the video, I would say there are some certain factors that play also a role, like his might that gives powers to mortal tanks which can't handle that, or the fact that there will always be some countries that seek more power or think that their ideology is the best. But still, although Leviathan has some reasons why he does what he does, he harms a lot of people. And this doesn't really have to do with to win a war you have to sacrifice everything for the greater cause. It's just evil what he does. But what I could say is that there are some other tanks that have the potential to be at his position. For example, that German general or even KV6. So it will be interesting what these powers will make with him. So yeah, that would be the video. Also, I want to thank you that you are so a respectful community. Like, for sure there are some video topics which can be controversial, for example a ranking of the strongest monsters or comparing Gerand with Homer, but the comments are still very nice and kind, and that's really cool of you guys. I want to achieve with my essay videos that we learn to look at some topics from different perspectives, and also to teach the younger people of you a bit more critical thinking. Because in a time where our politicians which just shout out some buzzwords, it's always important to still try to use your mind, or to try to make, or how Kant would say, Gebrauch von seiner eigenen Vernunft zu machen. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please write in the comments what I can improve, because I want to improve my videos and I know that there's much to improve. Spread love and hope over the world, and we see us next time. Bye!